DTR deck, holding pole position with a 2-minute 58.938, with DTR Kieran in P2 with a 301.980, and then we have a CJ Howell with a 302.056. Those are the top three, but it's pretty close, as you can see. Look at that, because you've got M3 Guy on a 302.760. You've then got Ian as well with a 302.884, and then even 10 hundredths of a second between Ernesto and Ian, because Ernesto has a 302.894. Not that far behind is Hippie as well with a 303.563. Not too far behind also is Carrying with a 304.1. Yari then with a 304.1 as well, so those two are very close in terms of their quickest time there. Tyson with a 304.521, again really close, so you can see this is a pretty close field. And Darlow Boy there with a 305.981 was a little bit unlucky. Just caught a couple of the edges and just had a back end just slide a little touch, which just lost that little bit of pace. Otherwise might have got himself up sort of P8, P9ish. I thought maybe even P7, but yeah, was a bit unlucky, but did push, did try as hard as he could, as fast as he could. And then we had JJ, which is Keimaru with a 314.447, but yeah, I don't think Keimaru's had that much time on this track with this combo, so all due respect, really good. So well done Keimaru, well done for stepping in at the last minute, so GG's on that one. Brilliant stuff. There we are. So it'll just be a case of then waiting on when the race starts. That will be Richie, we'll be calling that. Normally it's a couple of minutes after the end of the qualifying, and then Richie will say yep, everyone, and it looks like it might be starting very soon actually, so everyone's going to be checking their tyres here before the race starts. Good luck everybody. There's lots of support in the chat for you all. Everyone wants to see a good race. Good luck. Enjoy the racing. As you can see with the times on the right hand side there. Yep, absolutely. Check those tyres. Everyone make sure you're on the right tyre to start your race for your whichever strat you're wanting to go with. There's quite a few strats available in this, to be honest. So yeah. Comfort hards are ready, says CJ Howell. Absolutely, why not? I was thinking dirt tyres, but there you go. Even snow ones might be pretty fun. Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy, but yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so he's just saying 2 minutes, check tyres, make sure you've got everything you've got, and then we'll be out on track. So it's 35, where we'll be starting the race, everybody. If you're enjoying this so far, obviously leave a like if you can, and also always appreciate to hit that subscribe button if you want to subscribe too. Always got something going on most weekends, so this week is the CTC 2026, ourselves against Gen-X, and then next Saturday is the IMSA 2026 as well. That will be at Watkins Glen, and that is the MX5's Cup and the main race, which is the GT3 GTDs. So yeah, excellent stuff. I have trouble with this course, says Darlow Boy, and trouble with this car. Does he want to change track? Well, it's a tricky one, but I think once you get into the flow, it's quite nice. It's not too bad. It's quite a nice little track. Yeah, I quite like it in certain ways. 60 seconds to go, says Richie. That's it, chap. I've just got 60 seconds to wait before this one starts. So, yeah, time to shake those hands, shake those feet, cool down, and take deep breaths. And there we are. But yeah, absolutely. Time to take nice and steady, nice and easy. You can see on the right hand side there of the screen where we are in terms of time, qualifying. It's a good start on this one with false start check. So important to important to make sure you don't jump that start, get that handbrake on, get those brakes on before the lights go out. The last thing you want to do is cause anything and then suddenly go into a shadow. Here we go, everybody, here we go. So it's 6 seconds now till the race starts. Good luck DTR and good luck Gen-X. Let's hope for a nice race, a good race, and some nice little battles along the way. So, yeah, let's get into spectator mode, everybody. I'll leave it clear at the moment. So we'll get the stars away. There we go. And away they go, and away they go, and Deck takes it out. Oh, the wrong person indeed there. I was on the wrong person all the way, but Deck is there. P2 Howell up into P1 at the moment. So we will check on the tyres in a moment and see who is on what. Oh, there's somebody spin out. There's a spin out. But yeah, we currently have CJ Howell holding P1 at the moment with Deck in P2, Kieran in P3. Then with Ernemetto in P4, Darlow Boy in P5, Yari in P6, Karim in P7, Hippie in P8. It might have been Hippie then, it might have had a little bit of, no, it wasn't. JJ is there, Tyson, Nick and Ian. So might have been, oh, this can be tricky. Dyko's in, evening Dyko, evening. So yeah, somebody with a spin out there. Deck up into P1 now, so we missed that one, sorry chat. I'll stay up towards the front end here at the moment, but yeah, clearly a spin or something happened where somebody span. And Meto in P2, Kieran P3, CJ Howell in P4, Yari in P5. Then we have Karim in P6, Hippie in P7, JJ in P8. So JJ up to P8 at the moment. Excellent start from JJ for Kemaru. Started in 12th, now up to 8th at the moment. Nick in P9, Tyson in P10, Ian in P11, and it was Darlow Boy in P12. As we have it then, Deck still holding out, so I'll click onto this now, so we got a little bit more info on. At the end of lap 1, I will then go on to show the tyres, so we'll then see and get a rough idea. No, lap 2 I should say, really. We'll see if anyone pits in. So Deck currently holding P1 from Numeretto. I keep on wanting to say Amaretto, but that would not be right. That could even be ER Numeretto. But yeah, Kieran in P3 with CJ Howell for company in P4. Oh, just went a little bit wide there, clipping that bit of dirt. We'll have a little bit of dirt on that left rear, but managing to hold that corner. Oh, no, he hasn't. He's gone. He span. Oh, unlucky. That dirty tyre caught CJ out there, I believe. That's very unlucky. Karim coming up on hot on the heels now of CJ Howell. And still got that little bit of dirt on the tyres as well. It's got to be so careful. Just looking to try and manage that as best he can. Oh, it's gone off. He's staying on track. Okay, there we are. He's in 7th at the moment. Was holding P1 at the start, so yeah, he's up into 6th. Kieran has pitted. So Kieran has come in for DTR. He's pitted. We'll give him a bit of a clear track, but we'll stay out now then with Deck out in P1 at the moment, in Numeretto in P2. Then we have Yari in P3. Karim a few seconds behind now in P4 with Hippie in P5. Not too far behind Karim. And Numeretto. Oh, and CJ just makes the move. Makes it through on Hippie. Nick in 7th place currently. Then we have Tyson in 8th, Ian in 9th. Keep it on the track, Ian. Oh, got to be so careful. So much slippy stuff around. But yeah. Then we have Darlow Boy in P10, and then we have Kemaru in P11, JJ, as you can see there. And then we have Kieran in P12, but Kieran has already pitted, so has already come in. has pitted off already, so I'm guessing Kieran has come off the hards and gone into something a little bit better for grip. Now 1.2 to 1.3 seconds in front at the moment as they come down to the sweeping right-hander. Slight little tap on the brakes, I think everyone does that. And then away they go, open up the DRS, away you go. Keep that pace going forward. And Umaretto trying to hold on. Doing very well indeed in P2. Has come through a few. I think started around about 4th or 5th. So up to P2. Excellent stuff. Excellent start for Umaretto. Then we have Yari in P3. With CJ Howell in P4, Kareem in P5. So CJ Howell has also gone in front of Kareem. So Kareem probably letting CJ through there, probably appreciating that CJ might have that extra bit of pace, and has probably decided, yeah, I'll let you through. Best thing to do, work as a team. That's what you do. DTR Hippie in P6, so yeah, excellent stuff so far from Hippie. Just staying nice and tight. And so we have Howell coming in, we have Deck coming in, so these guys are all coming off their harder tyres, and Hippie as well. So Deck, Howell and Hippie all coming in off the hard tyres, along with Tyson and Nick as well. So quite a few are come in now. That means Umaretto and Yari and Kareem are all staying out for the extra lap. So they've all done a little bit of fuel saving. And Decker's already back out on track. He's got a bit of space in front of him now. And Kieran is in P2, so Kieran has made a jump there. Technically he's in P2 after the others have pitted in. And then we have CJ Howell, who has now pitted in as well to come off the hards. Hippie, who also pitted in. Everybody else pitted in, I believe. It's only those three at the front. Yari, Umaretto and Kareem that didn't pit in. Everyone else has already pitted in, with Kieran also pitted in at the end of lap 1. So interesting strats coming through here, coming into play. Tyson in P8, bit of space between himself and Ian and Hippie. Probably ideal in a way, because you won't get that dirty air interfering. You'll get a nice clear space, which is sometimes better than having that bit of dirty air, which is sending you a little bit wider. Ian holding on to P9, Nick holding on to P10 at the moment. And they're both in front of JJ and Darlow Boy. Darlow Boy won't be giving this up. He's going to be pushing. We know in the qualifying he certainly gave it a good shot. He gave it the best he could. So we know that Darlow Boy's going to want to give it some more. So he hasn't given up yet. JJ in front, but only by 2 seconds. So I'd imagine that Darlow will be passing JJ in the not too distant future. Maybe at the end of the bridge. Or at the sweeping left-hander. Or right-hander, I should say, not too far after it. So, yep. Let's see how those two get on. 21 seconds adrift from Nick at the moment, who's currently in 10th place. Has already pitted. Cars in P9, again, has already pitted as well. And you can hear Tyson just in front as well. So, only 2 seconds between Tyson and Ian. And less than a second between Ian and Nick. Maybe Ian and Nick can work together a little bit to bridge that gap to Tyson. Tyson currently 7 seconds behind Hippie at the moment. Well held, well done. Using all the track limits there, Tyson. Holding P8 at the moment. Taking the curb in. Yeah, and there we are. And so, yes, so we have everyone pitting in at the moment. Karim now comes in. And we have Yari as well coming in. They're both going to be coming off the hard tyres. Softs for Karim and mediums for Yari. And then we have Hippie just in behind, but Hippie will go through. He's holding the pace. He has more pace coming out. Oof. Crikey. Okay. Yep. So very close. Karim holds on to P5. Hippie in P6. Yari in P7. CJ Howell in P4 at the moment with Ernemetto in P3. So he's managed to take the P3 position there. Oh, Howell just losing that back end a little bit there. Got to be so careful. Currently on a best lap at the moment. But, of course, some of these drivers pitted in, so they would have been on their racing hards to begin with. Now they're going to be on a better compound, a better racing compound, tyre compound, in order to generate better pace and better grip, which they will need. All the little lifts, that's where your front end can lose a little bit of grip, and the air is allowed to pass underneath, and you can't quite get that same downforce. So yep, over the bridge comes Kieran. Currently a half second up on his fastest lap so far. DTR deck currently in P1. Bringing it round to the right. There he goes. Look at that. Almost kissing the barrier there, which is as close as you want to be. Currently running a 1.3 purple lap at present. So he's up. There he comes through. DTR deck. IS deck 250. Or is DTR deck as well, also known as AKAs. Through he comes. Lovely and smooth, which is ideally what you want through here, especially with 4 and 4 on the wear. He's 1.8 up now. Kieran trying to hold on to the tails of deck, and he will do very well to do that too. Coming round, yep, using plenty of the track there. And over and through he comes with a 3:02.037, now the fastest lap of the race so far. And we go to Kieran, who brings it through as well with a 3:04. CJ Howell is 4.5 seconds now behind. All these drivers have all pitted in once already. Little bits of gap, but this can be a little bit misleading because this is generally where people are on different tyres, and also with the pit stops being at different times as well, it can look like there's bits of space between people. But yeah, as the laps go by, currently in lap 5, but as the laps go by, as the pit stops are made and drivers come back out on track, suddenly we'll see those times and the positions and the drivers suddenly become in battles. The times will be a lot closer as those drivers will be on better compounds. Well held again, well held again. Ernemetto in P4 at the moment, maintaining a sort of 3.8 seconds. He's sort of maintaining 3 to 4 to CJ Howell at the moment. Not too bad so far. Currently P3, 4 and 5 at the moment for Gen-X. With Karim in 5th place. Hippie in 6th, 2.5 seconds down at the moment. Yari just in behind Hippie, just 1.4 seconds less than that in behind. So nice bit of company. You can hear Karim going through there as Hippie then comes through. A lovely little little set of corners this. Just got to get your braking right as you come across into the right-hander. Staying as wide as you can, but being careful not to touch that barrier. Awful place for the barrier, that one. Oof. You don't want to be hitting that. Absolutely not. And around to the left we go with Hippie. Yari. Currently P7. Keep a nice wide line coming through. Almost hitting the apex. And then coming back out wide again. Getting the DRS activated. Away you go. Get that speed going. Currently on the fastest lap, on his own fastest lap at the moment. Excellent stuff. Keep it going. Then have Tyson in P8. So running around about 4. He's brought it down, I think, a little bit to Yari. He's got Ian 2.6 seconds behind with Nick. Those two keeping each other company, which is good. Excellent stuff. Work together as much as you can. That's what you should do. Look after each other. Ian holding on to that P9 at the moment. Nick in P10 at the moment as well. Yep, well done, well done. You've got to go a little bit wide on that corner to keep that pace up, but you'll always touch a little bit of that grass on the left-hand side. But yeah, just so long as you know you do it, you're okay most of the time. As they come round to the tight right-hander. Under the footway. And around to the left. Nick right with Ian there. And Nick might just be, yep, it's going to be between these two. And Ian just holds back a little bit, letting Nick through. And now Ian can then fall back into Nick's slipstream and get a bit of slip from there. Get a bit of extra pace. A bit of free speed if you can do it. Absolutely. So Ian at P10 there. Then we have Darlow Boy in P11. No pitting in just yet, so we'll see how that goes in a moment. Darlow Boy currently in P11, but sets his fastest lap so far. So he's taking 2/10 off his fastest lap. And then we have Keimaru. Last lap was his fastest lap. Yep. So keeping P12. Excellent stuff. Well done, Keimaru. Well done, well done. Keep pushing. Keep doing the best you can. 100%. Got to keep trying. So we go back to deck. Currently holding up P1 position at the moment. So he did set a fastest lap, a new fastest lap, as you can see there, with a 3 minutes .970. So he did step underneath the 3.1s. Yep, that's pretty quick. Pretty quick indeed. So yep, 3 minute .970 lap time, which is why he's extended that gap to Kieran behind. So 11 seconds at the moment, Kieran in P2. And I think it's just extended a little bit lead to CJ Howell, maybe by a second or two. I think CJ Howell was within 4 seconds before. So over the last couple of laps, Kieran has just sort of managed to bridge a bit of a gap there to CJ Howell. Meto was one of the drivers that stayed out for the extra lap, so did 3 laps on the racing hards before pitting in. Did some fuel saving, and reason for that would be so that you don't have to fuel save for the rest of the race. So you just get it out the way there, because at some point you'll probably need to fuel save. Meto, and we have Kieran pitting in already, so pitting in, coming in off the mediums. Howell also pitting in off the softs, so an interesting choice between the two. Meto staying out, so Meto will now regain the P2 from before. And there he goes in front. Both are very close with the fuel. And Hippie also pulling in as well off the mediums. Yari will go up in front into P4 then. Kieran will keep P5 by all accounts, and Meto then. So we've got Kareem in P3. Again, Kareem was one of those that didn't didn't pit in until the end of lap 3, and he's only 4 seconds adrift from Onometo. So these two will be looking to be able to push on a little bit with softs and mediums, or mediums and softs, depending on which way they choose. Gary in P4 at the moment, Kieran in P5. Like I say, as the pit stops come in and the strategies unfold, things will change a little bit as we go through the race. Gary holding that P4 at the moment. Like I say, Kieran in P5. Tyson in P6. Yet to do a second pit, I believe. Nick in P7, so close the gap down as well to Tyson. Presently just down to 2 seconds. I think it moved up a little bit when Ian was there. I think it was 2.7, so they've closed it down a little bit. Ian sitting in nicely as well with Nick, so using that slip as much as possible. Well done, Ian. Well done, well done, well done. Tight right-hander. Ian, one of the drivers on controller as well. So 4 and 4 settings are quite harsh when you're on the controller. Certainly are. So do take it's a lot of work. But doing extremely well in P8 at the moment. CJ Howell then has done the pitting in. He's now back out. P9. Again, on a slightly different strat. So interesting to see that there's a couple of different strats being played out here. Some have gone for a longer stint at the start. Some have gone for a very short stint at the start. Some have gone for what I call a standard 2-lapper at the start, but then they've gone for something a little bit different in the middle section. But maybe then they're going to finish it off with the tyres that they are currently on. Lap 7 at the moment. Hippie in P10. And then we have Darlow Boy in P11. Keimaru in P12, and Keimaru with a 3:14 on lap 6 there, so that's the fastest lap so far. 3:14.5, excellent stuff. Looks like starting to read the track a little bit more, which is good. Excellent stuff. 3:14.5, nice one. Well done, well done. Keep it going, keep pushing. See if you can use your teammate as your marker. See if you can catch up to Darlow Boy. Excellent stuff. Currently Deck still holding P1 at the moment on lap 8. We come to the tight left-hander to 100 miles an hour, then again to the left-hander down around about 90. Accelerate out, sweeping right-hander, then we come down to the tight left, easing off 84, 85 miles an hour, maybe 90. Stepping out wide and then coming through, hitting the apex, just clipping the apex. Don't want to touch the curbs with these because yeah, you lift that front end, you risk lifting that front end, and that's when your yeah, understeer will be most exposed. So yeah, you don't really want to be going straight on. DTR Deck so far holding on to this P1 at the moment. We'll run through and have a look at Onometo. Let's sit in with Deck at the present. This takes us through to the end of lap 8. At the moment, no need to be powering. It's a case of now sticking to your strat, doing the laps you need to do, and sticking to that strat now. There we go to the right-hander, and then stepping out wide. Yeah, it can easily be done. Back end likes to try and step out there. Comes across to the left hand, sweeping over to the right-hander. And then we have the slowing down. Should take the left-hander. 115, 120 over to the right-hander. Take the apex, a bit of curbing helps to take you through. out wide, and then coming across, clipping the apex again, out wide, over to the curbing, and then out to the right again, take a bit of curbing, hit that apex on the centre, lovely, look at that, and across at the end, and here we are, and a 303.261 on that particular lap. There you go, that's how it's done. Coming up to turn 1, and there you go. Nice and tight right-hander, and out you go, nice and wide, accelerate out, dropping a DRS, and away you go. Excellent stuff from Deck. Sit on for a little while until he gets to the bridge again, and then we'll go back through the grid and we'll see where everybody is, see how everyone is going on. Oh, okay, so Ernesto now coming off the hards, pitting in, and Kareem also coming off the softs, so they're both pitting in. Interesting, again another interesting strat opening up. So it's quite, can catch him out, that left-hander. Get up to around about 100, dropping down to around about 90, 95, right wide. Pace on, DRS activated, round to the right. Braking, left-hander, getting close to the curbing, trying not to touch it too much. Otherwise you lift that front end. And you don't want to lose that downforce at the front. Again, just a little clip there is fine, but not too much. There we go, look at that. And then over to the right. Yeah, slight little clip, very careful not to go out too wide. There we are, 42 seconds in front with Deck there on board. There we are, might be pitting in with the next lap or two, I would think. Flash Dagger, hello Flash Dagger in there as well, in the chat with us. Yes, Flash, you might have just missed that, but we rode on board for a lap with Deck, this being at Croix C in the CTC Community Team Cup, match day 5. DTR versus Gen-X Racing, GXR, and we'll go down through now through the grid, and I'll go through some of the positions here. Dyko, yeah, Dyko's there obviously. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Croix C, not often used, and it's the Audi RS5 4 and 4 setting, so tyre wear is 4, fuel is 4. We started early morning, time 6, and so now we should be into the late morning. So Kieran, so like I say, Deck currently in P1 at the moment, Kieran in P2, and a 302.180 last lap by Kieran. Wow, it is Group 2, yeah, it's the Audi RS5, so it's the Group 2 with the DRS, so you have to activate that DRS button to increase your top end. Yeah, like I said, it's 4 and 4 up against Gen-X. Kieran currently holding that P2 at the moment, but that's 302.180. Excellent lap time by Kieran there. Great stuff. Yari currently in P3 as well, and a 307 with Yari, fastest lap so far. But we know, I think he's got a little bit more in the tank, but so we will see when he pits in. Deck currently pitting in off the mediums. Nick in P4. I think Nick would like to try and hold that if he can. Deck back out now, so Deck now out onto the soft tyres. So he will have covered all tyres now. So racing hards, racing mediums and racing softs must be used. They are mandatory for this one. And Nick keeps going there. Oh, he's not, he's pitting in. So Nick's going to come off the mediums. He will be coming out onto the softs. Excellent stuff. And then we have, so yep, CJ Howell there will be coming through out into P4. And Meto will now be in P5. And then we have Kareem in P6. Then we have Nick, Hippie, then we have Tyson, who will be looking to see if he can get in front. Willie, he'll still need to pit in yet. These two Well, they're both coming out there. Hippie comes out, but Nick has managed to hold his position in P7. Comes up to the first turn, takes the right-hander, and away he goes. DRS activated, as you can see, and away he goes. Holding on to that P7. Tyson in P8. We'll have Hippie for company here. Ian with a half-second penalty. But we'll be looking to see if he can... Yep, that half-second penalty there. He's got Hippie right with him as well for company. Ian going through, trying to go through on the inside there, looking to try and put a bit of pressure on Tyson. They've raced many times before, these two. Certainly have. Hippie has also raced with Tyson as well before. This is where the battle is. This is what I'm saying. When you get the some of the pit stops happening, that's when it'll start to unravel. In right now with Tyson. Both of them slightly squeeze on the curbing there. They're both pushing each other as fast as they can. There you go. Ian looking to try and get a good exit speed from that tight right-hander. Going over the bridge, he's eating a bit of time, but will it be enough time? Not quite. Oh, well held. Hippie right with you. And Hippie going through on the inside, probably a wise move. Let him go through if needs be, but yep. Holding time though. Lost a couple of tenths. But yeah, let's see. And Ian just holds back a little bit, lets Hippie go in front. We'll use Hippie's slip. Kieran now in, coming off the softs as well, so yep. So here we go. Now it's up to see if Hippie can possibly catch with Tyson. Darlow Boy and JJ. Darlow Boy did get a 3:11.456, so in lap 6, and that 3:14, but looks like he pitted in, so yeah, Kmaru did pit in, so it looks like it might be pitted in and racing till the end now. And we go back to Deck. Deck probably has now, he's probably fueled up and tired up for the rest of the race. Holding P1, CJ Howell now in P2, just holding it with 3 seconds from DTR Kieran. And we have Ernemetto will be in P4 just behind Kieran. Kieran though making up a little bit of time on CJ Howell. Ernemetto sort of holding time, holding track at the moment. Oh, hang on a minute. CJ Howell span. Oh, no. Not what he would have wanted. Oh, wow. So unlucky holding Pete, and he's got a half-second for his troubles. Half-second penalty as well. That's... Oh, no. Ernemetto's got the half-second penalty. Oh, that's unlucky. But... CJ Howell holding on to P3 there. I don't think he was going to be pitting in again either, so I think he was pretty much out for the up for the race there. That's very unlucky. But yeah, we'll get his head down. We'll push. We know he's got a nice bit of pace here. 3:03.751 he has managed so far. So yeah, I'm pretty sure CJ won't be giving this up. We'll be looking to try and push. See if we can get catch up with his teammate, maybe even work together a little bit. Let's see, Kareem is in P5 as well, so not too far behind CJ Howell. Still 3 laps to go, really, 3.5 laps to go. There's Kareem 4 seconds in front of Yari. Nick in P7, Hippie in P8, Ian in P9 now with Tyson in P10. So he managed to get past Tyson. Question is now, does anyone now for the rest of the race need to pit? Maybe everybody has done their pit stops now. There's only 3 laps to go after this one. We will see. Darlow boy, 52 seconds adrift from Tyson. And JJ in P12 at the moment. Kmaru stepped in at last minute. Kmaru, so well done for that. GG's. Oh, commentator's curse. I shouldn't have stayed on you. I do apologise. Blue flag. You do have deck possibly coming through on you. Let's have a look. You do. So deck coming through now with Kmaru. Yep, moves over to the left, allows deck to get through. Well done, well done, well done. Well done. GG's. So deck continues. Well, almost looked like he was going to kiss that barrier there. Well done, deck. Well done. Currently holding that P1 at the moment. Kieran in P2. So, like I say, very unlucky for CJ Howell to lose that P2. He was holding that P2 at the time. Time was coming down to Kieran, but still, he was holding it at the moment at that point. But yes, just slid out, just went over that curbing. I think a little bit. Might have touched that gravel, which just spun him out. And Kieran was there, ready to take the P2 position from Howell's unfortunate spin. Cost him there. But yep, he has Matto for company. Maybe between them they can look after each other, keep themselves in that P3 and P4. Maybe even Ernesto might have more pace at this point. We'll have to see. Ernesto there. .795 I can see there, but yeah, probably looking to stay on the tails of CJ Howell and just look after each other, work together. Probably the best thing to do. Moving out, overtaking. Might be that he's on a better tyre compound. And CJ's probably said, look, go through. I will sit in behind you. Use your slip, thank you. Excellent stuff. Karim, as you can see, just in behind as well. So Karim has closed that gap down a little bit to these two. Third, fourth and fifth respectively. Yari has, well actually Yari has taken a bit of time out of Karim. So I think it was 4 seconds before, so it's 1.5 seconds now. You can just see him in the background. There he is, there's Yari. Coming round to complete lap 12. Nice lap time as well, so on the softs. Excellent stuff. Nick 8 seconds behind at the moment. There's Hippie in P8. Tyson in P9. Ian in P10. Not too far away from Tyson still, so this could be a battle that could still happen. Just 2 laps to go. Ian still close attention with Tyson here. P9 and P10 respectively, and setting a blue lap at the moment as well, so he's on for his fastest lap at the moment. He's taken a couple of tenths there out of Tyson, right on the back end. A few cars showing a little bit of wear and tear. Some of the parts of the track, the barriers are so close. Very easy to kiss one of those. Very easy indeed. Ian just easing off a little bit there. Might be sitting off tight slowly. Darlow boy in P11. 308.125 on a lap 11, so yeah. And setting a blue sector at the moment, so on for a fastest lap, Darlow boy. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Well done. And then we have JJ. Bringing up the rear, but yeah, has done very well. Excellent stuff. GG's. We'll get up to Deck now. Deck starting the final lap. Here he goes. 44 seconds clear of Kieran, who's in P2. There's Kieran, 16 seconds now. Will be starting his last lap. Over he goes. Yeah, they look great, don't they? Excellent, excellent liveries on show, both teams. Brilliantly done. There's CJ Howell leading a trio with Karim just behind him. Ernesto, oh, and Yari now in the slip of Ernesto. He'll be on the soft compounded tyre as well. And Ernesto will probably be looking to, Ernesto I should say, should probably be looking to just try and hold on to Karim's tails here. Karim going, maybe taking a little bit of pace off. Getting steady for the corner. It's quite slow through. Crikey, might have cost him a little bit of time. Yari now 5 tenths behind. Closing up with these three now. We won't get to Deck obviously because Deck is well out in front at the moment. As you will see, Karim is there, Kieran, and then we have Deck here, so not too far away coming through, but we'll come back to these three here. And then we have Yari. Those two going through. Ernesto and Yari now. It's got to be so close when you're going through some of these corners. You get that dirty air. Very easy, that front end just to lift slightly. And for the front not to grip as you'd want it to, but there we go. Yari still keeping touch as they come through. Does he get a good corner? He does get a good corner. But yeah, so far. So Karim, that's now dropped back. So, oof. And Yari, that was close. Not sure what happened there. But yeah, I don't have to rewind, but yeah. Unfortunately, Deck has finished. I do apologise, but yes, congratulations, GG's to Deck. DTR Deck takes the win. P1. And set the fastest lap as well with a 3-minute 2:70. So he even went quicker than before. Almost broke the 3-minute barrier. GG's, congratulations, DTR Deck, P1. Then we have DTR Kieran in P2. Flash giving congratulations also to Deck there for the P1. Kieran holds it well, and round he comes. Beautifully done. Going to be crossing the line in P2. GG's to DTR Kieran. Excellent drive. Brilliantly done. 304.660 on the final lap. Well done, well done. GG's Kieran. And then we have the trio here. Well, I say trio, yes. Yari has managed to get in front then. So Unameto in P3, CJ Howell in P4. Congratulations, Unameto. Well done, GG's. Good race, excellent race. Through comes CJ Howell, very unlucky to have to spin when he did. Really unlucky, but takes P4. Yari takes P5. Congratulations, GG's to Yari in P5. Excellent drive. And then we have Nick in P6. Well, a great drive as well by Nick. Excellent stuff, GG's. Hippie in P7. Again, excellent drive by Hippie on controller 2. So did very, very well indeed. GG's to that one. Tyson in P8. Well done, Tyson. GG's. Well done, mate. Brought it home. Excellent stuff. Ian in P9 does the spinny spinners. Indeed he does. Indeed he does. Then we have Kareem. Out of fuel. Oh my word, Kareem ran out of fuel. Okay, that's what happened to Kareem in the end. That was unlucky. Oh, very, very unlucky. He was doing so well in P4, I think. Yeah, a little weave there, but so that's so unfortunate, Kareem. You're doing so well there, my friend, so well. Darlow boy coming through and finishes in P11. GG's, yeah, that's so unlucky. Kareem was doing so well there as well. Oh, very, very unlucky. Pole position and victory going to DTR deck. GG's deck. Well done. So we'll do this, save the replay, and then we'll go to the result. And we'll save on that. And that one as well. So there we have it, everybody. At the end of the race, we have DTR deck in P1 with a time of 43.48 and best lap time of 3 minutes at 0.270. And then we had in P2 DTR Kieran, 45 seconds behind on that one, but with a best lap time of 3:02.1. Then we had Unameto. He was the first home for Gen-X Racing. Well done, GG's. And he brought it home in third with a best lap time of 3:04.346. So good pace, good pace. Chris Howell, CJ Howell, very, very unlucky. Unlucky with that spin. Was holding P2 at the time, so really, really unlucky. Strat was good. Just that spin cost you, I think. So unlucky that happened. And you can see there, pace was 3:03.751, so excellent pace too. So, yeah, GG's on the P4 there. CJ Howell, well done. Yari and P5 with 3:05.179 being the best lap time there. And you can see that with Nick, 3:05.170, so very identical those two, just 7 seconds between them at the end in P6. Hippie in P7, 3:03.894. And then we had Tyson, Gen-X Tyson in P8, 3:06.020, best lap time too, so nothing too shabby there either. Excellent time. GG's Tyson on that one. Ian bringing it home in P9, not too far behind either. So with a 3:06.412 best lap time as well, so excellent time there. GG's. Kareem, so unlucky to run out of fuel on that last lap. Unbelievable. You were on top, I think you were fourth at the time, I think. Yeah, you looked very good for it too. Your strat had come really good. Just that extra few litres of fuel would have seen you home. So very unlucky. Got a great P10. The 3:05.018, that shows you the pace that Kareem was displaying. Very good indeed. So excellent pace from Kareem. Then we had Gen-X Darlow Boy, 3:08. So yeah, picked up the pace towards the end as well. Excellent drive, Gen-X Darlow Boy. Well done. Stuck at it. Pushed till the end. And also, so did Kmaru. JJ also pushing at it till the end there. And 3:14.5 best lap. But yeah, did reserve. So stepped in at the last minute. So well done. GG's on that. It's so well done. It's always nice to have 6 on 6 with a race. So GG's on that, my friend. Well done for that. Really cool. Really